Israel continued on Friday to bombard the Gaza Strip with air raids and artillery shells as it stepped up the deployment of troops and tanks near the besieged Palestinian enclave. At least 115 Palestinians, including 32 children, have been killed and nearly 600 wounded since hostilities flared up on Monday. Hundreds of Palestinian families have taken shelter in UN-run schools in northern Gaza to escape Israeli artillery fire. Despite international calls for an immediate halt of all hostilities, including from United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres, Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu pledged the offensive will continue, as needed to restore calm in the state of Israel. Hamas fired in the early hours of Friday another barrage of rockets towards Israel, hitting the city of Ashkelon. At least 6 Israelis and 1 Indian national have also been killed. The Israeli army said hundreds of rockets have been fired from Gaza towards various locations in Israel and they have added reinforcements near the enclave's eastern lands. Meanwhile, violence is brewing between Israeli settlers and Palestinian citizens both in the West Bank as well as in Israel. In another potential escalation, at least 3 rockets were fired from southern Lebanon towards Israel. Hamas leader calls for demonstrations. Ismail Haniyeh has urged Palestinians across the occupied territories and in Israel to go out and demonstrate on Friday, the second day of Eid al-Fitr. The Hamas chief called for the marches in protest of the latest Israeli police crackdown of Muslim worshippers at Al-Aqsa Mosque compound as well as the continuing bombardment of Gaza. Local media are reporting more Israeli shelling and aerial bombardments in Gaza. In the last few minutes, violent artillery shelling hit east of Deir al-Balah Governorate just south of Gaza